So I want to know, why do we not take our own advice?
That's a good question.
Fully Grownish.
So what are we into this week, guys?
So I read the best book. It's called Heart the Lover by Lily King, and I'm completely obsessed.
Heart the Lover?
Heart the Lover, yeah. It was very college love and a little bit of a love triangle, and then as you grow into adults and how relationships change, and it was just absolutely fantastic.
Cool.
Couldn't
Is that
put it
like,
down.
did you buy it or library?
I libraried it,
Okay, maybe we'll.
but I have now requested all of her other books to see if there is good,
Nice.
because it was so
that's
good.
good.
Yeah.
I
So,
love when you
highly
find an
recommend.
author and they actually have more than one or two books.
Yes, and then you can kind of like get into their world, or yeah,
That's so
I'm
nice.
excited.
Yeah, we can talk about what we're reading this week. That's a good one.
What about you?
I haven't really been reading a ton, but I am reading when I have time Blue Zones, which I also got from the library when I was on a field trip with my youngest. It's actually, there's also a show on Netflix, same guy. Oh, what's his name? I can't remember his name. Dan, I want to say Butler. I can't remember how his last name is pronounced. But anyway, he travels all over the world, basically not studying, but observing where people live to 100 or longer. Centarians? I don't know how you say it. Anyway, so it's called Blue Zones, and those zones are essentially, where people tend to live the longest. And then he reports on why and what their commonalities are and differences are. A lot of it is, health, like not even intentionally. They walk everywhere, and it's very hilly. So, until until they leave this earth, they're walking, they're doing hills. And then there's, fun wine hours in the courtyards, and there's a lot of social aspects as well. So I've been finding it.
Community and
Yeah, community.
movement.
They must
Movement.
not be on Facebook all the time. No, but seriously, we talked about that last
Doom
week.
scrolling. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and even if you watch the Netflix, there's multiple episodes, I think maybe 6 or 7. Each one is where he goes to a different place, and essentially you don't see people like glued to their phones or, sitting watching their kids play sports and they're on their phones. No, they're just taking it all in, and whether that's still the case today, I mean, I don't know. But so that's what I'm reading this week. What about you, Heather?
I actually kind of stems into inner child moment. I read the newest Hunger Games book. So I know that sounds silly. I loved those books. What's her name?
Suzanne Collins.
Suzanne Collins, I think, Hunger Games series. This will be the 5th one, and I couldn't put it down. So if you read the books or even watched the movies, it's kind of Haymitch is a character in it. Who plays him?
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson. He's phenomenal in it. So it's his character and how he became how he was. I'm not kidding. I read the book probably in 2 days. I couldn't put it down. But it reminded me of like when I read The Hunger Games and going through, that there was that phase, the Divergent series, Twilight, even though we're not going to talk about that. But it was great. So that's the book I read. And that was kind of my inner child moment for the week because it was great. How many times have you like sat with a friend and truly think you've got really great advice, and then the same thing happens to you or something similar, and you completely go left?
Opposite. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Constantly.
the time. Jinx. Gosh, lots of areas of life, career, relationships. You can give great advice, but you can't always take your own.
You maybe don't see yourself in the situation,
Mm-hmm.
but you can see clearly when it's someone else's.
Yeah.
So when it's yours, it feels more complicated, or there's other stakes, like you said,
Different
that-
layers.
different layers to it that you're like don't recognize as being the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
No, for sure.
I mean, let's take a breakup, right? I mean,
Yeah.
how many people will tell you when you're in the midst of a very toxic or a very bad relationship, like, well, you should just leave, or have you thought of leaving? Well, no.
Well,
Yeah.
because you have to find a new place to live.
Yes.
Life changes. You have to move. I just said that.
No, but the physical moving is a totally different and overwhelming
Yeah.
experience in itself. And also finding the place. And
Friends, like, how long have you been together? Do you have a lot of mutual friends? Is that going to change?
And sometimes you're still in love with the person, but you
Oh, for
know that
sure.
you need to go. Maybe they don't want you to fix it. They just
what
they
you
just
stop
want you to
thinking.
be like, that blows.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's the answer to we don't take our own advice. Maybe half the time shouldn't be giving our
Shouldn't be
advice.
giving advice.
That's true. Well, you
You know?
don't know, even if they do kind of tell you the whole story, there's still so many
Things,
layers.
right? Like
Yes.
so you often hear that and you're like, oh, I don't believe this is the whole story. Like, I don't know. That doesn't seem
What
like the
aren't you
reaction that you
telling
would have
me?
gotten from this. From what you're telling me and this reaction, they do not line up. You're like,
Unless you're on a reality show, it just might be just drama.
yeah.
If you find yourself in a situation where you're giving advice that you for sure know you're not taking half the time, maybe don't give it.
Yeah.
Maybe just listen
Makes sense.
or ask more questions.
Or ask more questions.
Yeah. Heather, can you think of a fun example that's not heavy and emotional, like relationship advice?
Heather, in your wedding planning advice, now that you're planning your own wedding,
Oh my God.
what is something that you have given to other people that now you're not
So to
taking?
keep up with your, like, who you've paid for, who you've budgeted for, things like that, you know, you get a roundabout quote from somebody of how much something's going to cost, and you might not completely follow up with it, and you think, oh, it's ballpark between X, Y, and Z, and then it ends up being way, way more, but you can't change it because it's suddenly right before the event when they give you the final quote. That's something I always said, get it in paper, get a contract,
Right.
have your first deposit paid at this time, pay the other half of it 6 months out, and then that way you're only paying whatever else is left. So
Yeah.
I have not taken my own advice on that. So when we first booked everything, we started booking everything, we were going off of, they were still in their 2025 prices. So I have all the quotes from 2025. Well, we're now in 2026 when the wedding is actually 2027.
Don't they honor the prices at the time?
Different country. So my violinist, we were originally quoted $400. She's now $750.
Wow, that's a big jump.
Well,
That's
I
almost
put the
double.
deposit down without getting the contract.
But how'd you get the quote of 400? It's not in
Because
writing somewhere?
You're given a guide, but it
Oh.
clearly states 2025.
Oh, that's
So
funny.
that is one of the places I have not taken my own advice from. And that's going to cost me, but I'm going to make sure everything else I do moving forward, I have the contract before I send the deposit and confirm this is what I'm doing.
I'm the worst about that, though. I'm the worst. I'm very firm about a lot of the decisions I make in life. I have a very hard time talking about money with people that are doing work for me.
It's weird how that is. I think everybody has
Yes.
a little bit of that. I used to be that way. Okay, minus this little wedding bit. I am very open about money now.
That's good.
And I actually think that's because when I was in my old relationship, there was a lot of secrets
Money
that
secrets?
that I was unaware of.
Oh, that's
There was a lot of under the table work that I didn't know was under the table work.
right.
So when it came to time to divorce, on paper, guess who looked like they made more money?
I see. Yeah. That's difficult.
So I'm very upfront
That's
about
good.
money. Like when I got in my new relationship, I was very upfront I work a job. I also wedding plan on the side. I also serve on the side to live the lifestyle I'm comfortable with living. I'm not afraid that it'll work for it, but this is how it is. I need you to be an equal upfront person about it.
Yeah, it makes sense. We used to have a rule in my last relationship that if either of us was going to spend, times are different now, but if either of us were going to spend over $100 on something, we had to have a conversation. And that was a little bit me controlling everything, but yeah. I think it's easier when you're in a relationship, but I meant more like contractors and people like that. I have a very hard time. If you're in my home, I have a hard time asking like, how much do I owe you? Because I feel as though I'm at the mercy of
What they
yeah,
what they've
and I
decided.
mean we've come a long way as women, but have we really? Because
But this is
sometimes I
something-
wonder, if I'm just this single woman in a house where I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that as a
But
quote.
we don't want
Yeah.
people taking advantage of you.
But
Yeah,
that's also
exactly.
why in my industry, a lot of people charge by the hour. And I have decided to do package deals because I'm dealing mostly with women.
Right.
And I don't want it to be like a mystery or feel like they've been ripped off at the end of the day.
Good for
It's
you.
this is the price. This is what it's going to be at the end.
Yeah.
And I think that that's important because, we do have a hard time talking about that stuff.
Don't you think contractors and stuff, though, wouldn't you rather have
I would-
walked away from a job knowing somebody's happy as opposed to feeling icky afterwards?
Oh my gosh. Yes, absolutely.
Like, I'm always straightforward with what my fee is for listing a home. People are always hesitant to ask, like, and I'm like, no. It's right here. It's black and white. We're going to write it down. Like, that is what it is.
Yeah.
There's some people who don't, and then they realize that they're getting charged more afterwards. And oof.
And I think, yeah, that's the thing. You don't want to leave someone with a bad taste in their mouth at the end because
No.
that's most of these contractor jobs and they are word of mouth, right?
Yeah.
So like to me, it's just worth being as upfront as possible and not have anyone be
So our
surprised.
advice to
Contractors.
contractors, business owners,
Mhm.
tell people your price. Don't keep it a secret and
And
then surprise
also
them.
like as women, we always like undercut ourselves, right? So it's like, no, don't do that. Like just say, this is my price.
Yeah, I think that comes from systemically feeling like we're not worthy
not
of
worthy
that
of it.
price. If I ever went out on my own, I'd be like, this is my hourly rate.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because I was speaking to a guy. He owns a moving company out of Toronto, and one of their clients is moving from Kingston to the Toronto area, and so he was asking me about pricing for packing, and he was like, "Nothing's going to scare me. Like, what's your rate?" And so I told him, and so, but it was so funny to hear that because it usually you're like, "Oh, I'm one of the higher ones in Kingston. Like, this is
Right.
going to be okay." But he was like, "No, that's great, perfect, done." Like,
Setting
and it was
himself
just
up
so
for
funny.
a big
For a big
bill.
price. But he also, yeah, he was like, I have ranges from this to this.
Okay.
He's like, and this, when he said the lower price, he was like, I honestly tell her to charge more. Like, this is da da da. And I was like, oh, it's fun. It's nice to talk to someone that respects what we do.
Green flag.
And yes, exactly.
Green flag.
Green
Green
flag.
flag customers are the best.
Yeah.
Well, back to what we were just said, why don't we take our own advice? Maybe it's because we undercut ourselves a little bit too.
Yes, definitely. Right. And we don't believe that like what we know in our back of our head isn't, like instead of trusting your intuition, we've been taught so often to bury it and
Yeah.
don't listen to that's not right. It's something else, or we have to do this other thing. And actually, if you just listen to your intuition and follow your own advice,
Yeah.
you potentially save yourself a lot of trouble.
I had a birthday when I turned 30. I had a theme. My birthday theme was state your needs. I wrote it everywhere, all over. I had like posters and threw myself a party. But I was big that year into like, what do you want? What do you need? Say it. Right? So that's the same thing for advice, right?
Yeah.
We should be able to say what we think you should do, but we also should be able to do
Receive it.
Yeah.
Do what we
what
think
do
is
what
the
we're
right thing.
advising others.
Yeah.
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 I think I mentioned in our last episode it was our first episode where I talked about the horrendous relationship that I had when I was in Ottawa.
Yeah.
And I remember a friend at the time saying, I just can't listen to this anymore. I can't be a part of this anymore. You are in this toxic, I can't watch it. I can't talk to you anymore until you guys are. And I remember thinking,
Bitch.
no.
Thanks
been-
for the support.
But that same person, I'm no longer friends with her. That's another story. But that same person was going through something very similar years before that I, was there for her. And so it was a moment where you don't take your advice, but you're giving me advice. So there can be resentment when that happens. That's why I think it's just be careful that someone's even asking us for our
What
advice.
you said earlier was perfect. If somebody is talking to you, telling you what's going on, take a moment and say, do you want me to just be here to listen? Or would you like some guidance? Maybe not advice.
Do you want my 2 cents?
Yeah. But isn't it horrible too when somebody comes to you and I'm bringing it back to relationships. They're in a relationship, they're having a big situation. You give the advice. They decide to stay with the person, but now
Are you
they
the bad
know
guy?
that you're not maybe into how their relationship is going, or you don't like the person, like such a fine line. I would love to hear what anybody else has advice about for this situation. Have you been put in this situation? Has it stemmed well that you've given advice and it's been taken, or also has the same thing happened to you and you haven't been able to take it?
Yeah. And it's always the age old, if it's a relationship thing and you tell your friend you should get out, that guy's a loser. And then they get back together and they're super happy and then she hates you because you told her he was a loser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know,
You're going to watch
Be
it.
careful.
Is it worth the risk?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because she's going to remember
Of course. Yeah.
every word. Yeah. And she might tell him, my friend told me you were a loser and I should dump you. And he's never going to like you either. So, anyway.
Okay. What's one trend from your childhood or youth that absolutely should have stayed there?
Jelly shoes.
Jelly
They
shoes.
are so freaking painful. Why did they ever come back?
Did they come back?
Yes, they're back. They were
Jelly
huge
shoes?
last year.
They're horrible.
Yeah,
That's
they're
true.
awful. Awful. So painful.
What are the leggings with the
Stirrups.
stirrups? Never come back. Stirrups.
No, those
They're
did come back big last year. Yeah.
I
No.
know.
Those
Stirrups
were
and
fun.
also bodysuits with the clips underneath.
Oh, I like
Really
those though.
hurts. Yeah, me too.
I like those because then you
With
can.
the clip
Yes.
under?
Yes. 'Cause then you
Unknown.
can rip. Then you don't have to get naked in the bathroom.
That's true.
I prefer. Oop, as I spill my wine.
But what do you mean get naked? Who's getting naked in the bathroom?
If you have a bodysuit that doesn't have snaps, you have to take your top off.
Why are you taking your top off in the bathroom?
Like if you have a onesie on,
Oh, okay.
What do you do? Are you just pulling it to the side?
I'm just saying I don't like them.
Oh no, that's
But
fair.
then if you have a t-shirt on,
Well, if you're wearing a bodysuit, then why would you have a t-shirt on?
because you have a t-shirt, so you don't have to unsnap anything. You have to pull your pants down regardless.
You pull your pants down, but
and
if
then
you
you've
have,
got to unsnap 3 things and snap them back up.
yeah,
It's extra work.
but that's
not.
I am so lost.
I'm
Okay,
confused,
so
but
if
why
you
would you wear a t-shirt on top of that? Like, why you don't need the two
no,
layers?
no, a t-shirt instead of
Oh,
the
yeah,
snapped
fair,
bodysuit.
but it gives a sleeker look with a bodysuit.
Okay,
Jocelyn likes to look sleek.
You want to like show off.
I
the
still want to
curves.
know, Jocelyn, why you're getting naked in the bathroom.
Because if you're wearing a bodysuit and you have to take it down and it doesn't have snaps at the crotch,
Okay,
then it
gotcha.
comes down and your boobs are hanging out.
Fair.
Yeah. So I like a snap crotch bodysuit rather than
Okay,
a full.
Crotch
Yes, I
bodysuit.
agree. T-shirts are superior,
right.
but if you're going
The
for
chic look.
yes, if you're going for a bodysuit look, the snap crotch is the way to go.
So I am into the bodysuit lately because I have an issue with jeans, which I'm going to put out there is my thing that I wish stayed in the past was low-rise jeans because
Agree.
my waist is 2 sizes smaller than my hips. So it's just a big old mess. But with that, with the bodysuit and the lower, not low, but lower rise jeans, I can show off my curves.
Yes. Agree.
Okay. Yeah, I had a situation where I went back to the bodysuit because I thought, okay, I'll try this trend. I liked it when I was younger, and I was out for dinner with a friend, and there's 3 snaps, but I had snapped them wrong,
Oh.
and it was 2 snaps with one like irregular, so
Yeah.
it was hanging out, and it was not
Your bum?
comfortable. Like becomes almost a wedgie.
Yes.
Not great. So that's in my drawer. It was an expensive purchase that I'll probably never wear again.
Fair.
found one.
Yeah.
When you're decluttering people's houses, do you find jelly shoes or stirrups or anything? From
No, I
the-
don't think my clients haven't gone on those new trends.
Okay.
Like, but I've seen
I meant
them
from like long
from
ago.
back in the day. No.
No,
No. Because most people wore those as like teenagers, right?
I
So
know,
most
but some
people-
of the decluttering I imagine is
most people
No.
are like decently like in the last 10 years. They buy
Okay.
rid of things.
Okay, so because Jocelyn, you have a daughter, I have to ask this: has the butterfly clip come back?
Oh yes, she got those for Christmas a couple years ago.
Oh
the hair clip.
The hair
clip.
the butterfly hair
The
clips.
butterfly hair.
I
clips.
love. They look so cute.
Okay, well, on that note,
Is that the one that you wouldn't bring back?
Okay, well, and which one would you bring back?
Oh,
okay.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. We all went
I
completely
think
silent.
honestly what I like that I obviously don't use, but the claw clip
Oh, yeah.
in
I
hair. I love
claw
those. They look
clips.
great. Like Emmy uses them. I love them. So that was one that I liked that came back.
A ghetto blaster.
A ghetto blaster.
I would bring that back.
True. We got one for Emmy for her birthday this year, and it has a little CD player, and she goes to the Value Village and stuff and gets like old CDs. It's
I
the best
love
thing ever.
that.
Because they're just used to, like,
Instant.
I'm
They can find
bored.
anything.
They'll say, I'm bored, there's nothing to watch. You have no idea what nothing to watch
Yeah.
means.
Yeah.
Right?
I think I would bring back just what we do. Have real conversations. Not a text here and there. We actually get together once a week and we have real conversations.
Yeah.
I wish more people would bring that back because people are terrified to even talk on the phone.
Yeah,
So it's not going to be an item, it's a thing.
Thanks so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and rate us if you can. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.